Hey guys, it's Dave here from GI Tactical, and we're back at it with another vlog! Today, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff, but right now, I've got to get some pretty serious work done. So I wanted to kind of take you guys behind the scenes here at the curtain, kind of like how I did when we showed you guys how we write our events, and show you how we do some of the other cool stuff we do that isn't running the store. So check this out. Right here, we're back at the old computer setup again, and we are checking out behind the scenes on how we write some of our blog posts. So right here, I am working on a new blog post about setting up your kit and kind of just keeping some inspirational stuff here on the side. We've got a video from T-Rex Arms on how to shoot better, faster, playing in the background, just to kind of put me in the right frame of mind while I'm looking at writing an article on gear. If you guys like some shooting tips, T-Rex Arms is a great channel to check out for sure. But you'll see here, we're just cracking through, just writing and getting stuff in. So first thing here is going to be getting all the text. This one's about how to set up your gear for an assaulter's role, which is something I know a thing or two about since that's primarily what I do when I play. But this is pretty much it. We just sit back here at the desk. I mean, that's it. Keyboard right there. Gigantic soda. Car keys. And just write. And we're back in the back room again, and this time I have a wild fish.
Oh, hello. And I'm actually drinking water.
He is. He's drinking water because hydrating is how you stay on the field in the summer.
I can't stress that enough.
No. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the most popular question we get asked up here at the store.
And
what is it, Fish?
That is, what's our favorite food?
Quesadillas.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Actually, for me, it's steak fajitas. But anyway, that's actually not the question. That's actually not the question. So we'll preface this before I tell you what the question is by saying that it doesn't matter if it's at GI or if it's at any other airsoft store. If you work for like a distributor, like I know Greg at PTS gets this question a lot. It's because I know a lot of our players have asked him. It's a really, really common question anywhere in the industry. How do you get sponsored? That is the question. Yep. So the reason why we decided to talk about it was for those of you who follow what we do down here in Texas, you guys might be familiar with our good friend, our buddy old pal, Scott over at US Airsoft. Shout out. We'll drop a link to his channel in the description right here. Where's my giant? Right here. Right. Maybe it's up here. I don't know. I don't know how this YouTube thing works. That was bad. Anyway,
bad, horrible jokes, but we people love it.
Scott is sponsored by us now, and ever since he put out his video saying, "Hey, I'm sponsored by GI," dude, we have been getting blown up.
We really have. Like
wow,
a lot of people
more
guys
than
call
usual.
up here. I usually answer the phone because no one else likes talking on the phone.
That's not true. I've been answering phones all day. Yeah, but anyway.
So we get that call a lot. Okay. It's like, hey, can you guys sponsor us? Like,
hey, can you guys send me a gun?
Yeah.
Okay, so without just being the bearer of bad news, because the guys like to make fun of me a little bit. I
love being the bearer of bad news.
Well, he does generally. You know, it's you fired. No, but really, so off track here, man. We're in the weeds.
Yep.
But the guys like to jokingly call me the Dream Crusher because every time they get this question, it's like, oh, hey, let me go grab my manager, and he'll talk to you about it. And then I have to be like, sorry, guys, we don't really sponsor players. And that's true. We don't actively sponsor players, per se, like specific players. And there's a reason. It's not just because, oh, you're just a player, like you don't mean anything. That's not true at all. No. It's all about business, right? So sponsorships are a business proposition, which means that there's got to be a reason for us to send you stuff because we're a business. Businesses exist to accomplish goals.
Accomplish goals, and one, we want to serve the community, but in order to serve the community, we have to make money.
Exactly. We can't put money. We hate to put. Yeah, no, I hate to make it seem like we're like greedy, money grabbing people because that's not it at all.
No,
we actually, it's the other reason we brought this up. We were at dinner last night with Walter, the CEO, who you guys might have seen in our video announcing our new store at D14. Walter is always getting this question. I mean, maybe if not personally, it's somebody asks us and then we have to go talk to him about it, or like our marketing manager over in California is always
he gets that a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the marketing guy. Like he's kind of the guy you call about this sort of thing. But he's always having to ask the boss, like, oh, hey, this guy wants us to sponsor him. What do we do? You know, he was a big factor in getting hooked up with Scott and making that happen. And we were talking about it at dinner, and he was like, hey, you guys should talk about this on the vlog. And we thought, you know what, that's a really good idea.
I mean, it really is, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know what the process to be sponsored or what to do or how to go about it, really.
Or really what a company like GI, or really any company, whether it's like a distributor like PTS or Classic Army or G&G or whoever, or if it's, you know, you're talking to a retailer like us. So it's all about mutual benefit. Sometimes it can be about benefit of a single party, but it's generally not the guy getting sponsored in that case. I can tell you from my experiences working in industries that are not the airsoft industry, where sponsorship is also a thing. For those of you who don't know, I played paintball for a number of years, and I also was a musician for a long time. I still am. I just don't really. Kind of. I don't work in it as much as I used to now. There's too much to do up here. I don't have time for it. But you deal with sponsorships a lot, and it's a very common thing. But it's all about making sure that everybody's getting something out of it. So, for example, GI is a retailer. You know, we're a store. We sell stuff, and in order to stay open and keep the lights on and you know, keep being able to pay the bills, we got to keep selling stuff. So, as a sponsored player, or a potential sponsored player in this case, what are you going to bring to us that will help us continue to meet our goals, which are twofold. One, we want to sell a bunch of product. Two, we want to help out our community. So the first one helps us do the second one, and sponsored players generally have to accomplish that. So, you know, I got a question. Actually, I was talking to a guy this morning before I came into work through Facebook who messaged me, and he was like, hey, man, so you guys are sponsoring Scott. Like, can you take a look at my YouTube channel? And I looked at it, and it's really good. Like, this guy puts out amazing videos. I'll have to show you later. And the only reason I'm not going to drop a link to his channel below is because I have to be a little less than positive here. But and I don't want to throw this guy under the bus because I think he does really great work. And maybe we'll feature him another day in a video, and you'll never know this was the guy I was talking about. But
we're not going to say anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no. I'd say mum's the word because I don't want to potentially give any bad press where it's not due. But the gist of it is, while his channel was great and his videos were awesome, and he might be the next Scott Hallam, he might even be the next Jet Desert Fox, like who knows. His follower count was really small, which means that us sending him free stuff doesn't give us the return on our investment.
Yeah, you really want to have a large amount of followers in order for that.
For example, Scott's almost at 50,000 followers on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's actually one of the bigger airsoft guys out there. Like Jonathan from Airsoftology, for example. This is a great example. You wonder how he gets to do all this cool stuff, like go out to where was he recently?
Taiwan.
He was just in Taiwan at the VFC factory, or I know not too long ago he was at G&G. Going through the G&G factory. And how do you think he gets to do all that? These companies invite him out because being featured on his channel is a big deal.
And it is.
It's,
and
the reach, it's like...
Building that follower count is definitely the one big thing you really need to. Because if you're only reaching 20 people...
Precisely.
You ain't reaching anything.
You're not worth the $500 gun. You're not even worth the shipping cost of the $500 gun monetarily from a business perspective, completely ignoring how phenomenal your videos are, how great of a person that you are, you know, all of that. It's all about business. So we just wanted to kind of talk about it and kind of put it out there, like, here's why, you know, I can't sponsor every single player who calls me or every single guy who posts on our Instagram, hey, send me a free gun.
I mean, we wish we could.
I wish we could. Oh, believe me, if we were in a position where every kid that called up and was like, hey, man, can I have a free 416? I've never played Airsoft. I can't afford a gun, and I wish I had one. Dude, I'd do it. Yeah. Like, man, if I win the lotto, I'll probably do it anyway. But that ain't ever going to happen.
Well, you never know.
And if it does, my wife probably won't let me anyway. Since when we were talking about the Powerball, I was telling you my Airsoft Santa idea, and she totally shot that down.
Oh, yeah, I remember you told me about that.
Used to joke that if I ever won the Powerball, I'd buy out the store inventory 3 times over, then buy a trailer and spend the rest of my life touring the country giving out free guns like Airsoft Santa.
I would.
I mean,
give it back to the community.
Right. It's been good to us. But we don't want to make you guys think that there's no hope for getting sponsored.
No, there's plenty of hope.
We wanted to tell you guys what we look for. Having a good reach is a big part of that. So I'll relay this to some advice I got from a friend of mine who is a very successful musician, where I was not. And he is sponsored by a major guitar company. I don't know that I necessarily want to mention specifics because, you know, like I don't know. We're not sponsored by them and things like that. But the gist of it is he plays their guitars explicitly, and he had been doing it for a long time, and his band finally got relatively successful. And he approached them and said, "Hey, look, I really like your guitars. You know, can we do a thing?" And this company had heard of his band and said, "Oh, hey, we didn't realize you were playing our guitars. That's friggin' awesome." Absolutely. Because his band now has a huge reach. They're touring the country and they're playing all these shows, right? Same thing. So it's a lot like that in Airsoft. It's, you know, hey, I would love to review guns. You know, what do I need to get you guys to send me some stuff to review? Because, you know, it's not always feasible. I mean, YouTube doesn't pay super great.
No.
You know, believe me, otherwise we'd be doing that, right?
I mean,
and,
you know, not everyone can be PewDiePie, you know.
Yeah, not everybody can be PewDiePie. And it's you got to have the reach to be monetarily worth it to the company you're trying to solicit for sponsorships. Again, whether that's us, whether that's PTS, whether it's G&G, Classic Army, whoever, any company, any company and any hobby. You know, if you're like a big time war gamer and you want Games Workshop to send you free models for reviewing and unboxing, it'll probably never happen.
Even better,
but
video games.
Video games, yeah, right. Like this is how video game review places like blogs and people like Kotaku and IGN get stuff. It's because it's beneficial to the company to get their product out there for more people to see. It's the same thing, and that's kind of how it works here. So, you know, you guys want to get sponsored by GI? It's absolutely something that can happen. And we would love to always talk with new people who are up and coming and making things happen. You know, Scott's not the only guy that we're talking to, things like that. He's not the only person that we've worked with in the past. And the reason we keep doing it with the people we choose is because it's beneficial to us and them. You know, we're not the type of people that want to screw someone over. And, you know, like Scott gets I can't talk about the details, but, you know, we treat Scott pretty well. At least I like to think so. Hopefully Scott thinks so too. And
he'll probably message me after this video. Like,
he's going to send you a message. He's going to send you a message and he's going to be like, "Fish, you're such a jerk. You don't treat me well at all. You never write. You never call."
I want to make sure Scott hasn't texted me yet.
Okay. So he hasn't seen this yet, so we're good.
Well, I texted him earlier.
But that's the gist of it, guys. That's how you get sponsored at GI. Boop. So now that we're back here in the back room again, I've got some plate carriers. Because the other part of doing blog posts that I was talking about earlier in this video is that we've got to take pictures of stuff. So let's take a look at them. So right here you can see this is my personal plate carrier right here, my setup for when I'm doing assaulter stuff, which is what that blog post is about. And this is kind of going to be our example of a more slimline. I've actually got a video that's on the Uncut channel about this already, where I've got a little bit more stuff hooked up to it that you can see. And then this is going to be our demonstration of the heavier one that actually belongs to Colin, our new guy. You can see he likes to run a little bit deeper on his pouches than I do. So it'll be interesting to kind of break down and see what all we've got going on with everything here. There you have it, guys. That's everything we have right here in the store for the vlog today. I mean, you know, we're working on some cool blog posts for you guys to check it out and help you guys figure out gear. We've got some plate carriers here we took a picture of, and you guys even got to find out how to become sponsored by Airsoft GI. It's pretty cool. We'll see you guys next time.